Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're very glad that you can join us for Midsummer Night's Dream. We do ask, just for the enjoyment of everybody, that any electronic devices are set to silent mode so that they do not disrupt, for indeed there were not iPhones in ancient Athens. Today's performance is in the original Shakespearean English, and so if you need a little assistance with knowing what's going on, you do have a synopsis in your program that you can follow along for what is happening. We are just excited to be a part of this and to be doing this show for you again tonight. And there will be a brief intermission after Act 3 for about 15 minutes. There will be concessions in the multipurpose room at that time as well. I'd like to pray to start our performance tonight, and so if you'd bow your heads with me, let's do that. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time that you've given us and the opportunity to showcase talents and hard work that has gone into this performance. We pray that you would give peace of mind to those acting. We also pray that you would prevent any injury or any illness during this time as well, and to help us with that. We thank you for this wonderful opportunity. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. But oh, methinks, how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desire, like a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments. Awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth. Bring melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thee over by doing thee injuries. But I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with revelling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung, with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy, with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gauds, knacks, conceits, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. Thou hast with cunning filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, be it so she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius, I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid. To you your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and to who you are but a form in wax, within his power and imprinted by him, to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself so he is, but in this kind, wanting of your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked but with my eyes.
Rather your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me, but I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty. And such presence here to plead my thoughts, I beseech your grace to know what the worst may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know well of your youth, examine well your blood, whether, if you choose not to wed Demetrius, you can endure the livery of a nun, being a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that undergo such a maiden pilgrimage, but the earthlier happy is a rose distilled, than that which, withering on a virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So I will live, so grow, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die, or would Demetrius as your father would, or on Diana's altar protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way is fairly ranked, if not with advantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, all avouched to his head, made love to Neater's daughter, Helena, and he won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and Aegeus, come. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look to arm yourself to fit the fancies of the father's will. Or the law of Athens yield you up, which by no means we may extenuate. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius, Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial, and confer in something that nearly conserves yourselves. Come, Hippolyta.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I can well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Aye, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. For either it was different in blood,
Cross, too high to be enthralled, too low.
or else misgraft in respective years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged, too young.
or else it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there was sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collie night, that in a splain unfolds both heaven and earth. And ere man hath the power to say, Behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cause, as due to love, as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her home remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood, without a league of the town, where I met thee once with Helena, to do observance to a morn of May, there will I stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, with his best arrow with the golden head, which knitteth souls and prospers loves, and by the fire which burned the Carthage queen, which all the Trojans under sail were set seen. And all the vows ever men broke, in number more than ever woman spoke. In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed for Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear. When wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear, sickness is catching. Over favor so, yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue's sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine?
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens as a paradise to me. But oh, what graces in my love do dwell, for he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time when lovers' flights doth still conceal, from Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of counsel sweet, there Lysander and myself shall meet. Whereunto Athens turn away our eyes, to meet new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck with thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight till lovers' food tomorrow deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy somewhere be. Through Athens I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities, thinks base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, vigor unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's sign, he hailed down oaths that he were only mine. When this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have any thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have a sight thither and back again.
Is all our company here?
Yes, you best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the names of your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom, the Weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself, most gallant for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms and condole in some measure to the rest. But my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely in a part to tear a captain, to make it all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now to the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
You are set down for Thisbe.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is a lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
That's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and speak as small as you will.
Let me hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I shall speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisne, Thisne, ha, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear, ah.
No. You must play Pyramus, and flute you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Coins.
You are set down with Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Thisbe's father. Myself, Thisbe's mother. And Snug the joiner, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play well fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be, give it to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Roar! Let me play the lion too. I will roar that it will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that the Duke will say, let him roar again, let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly, and you would fright the ladies, and they would hang us all.
That would hang us.
Every mother's son.
I suppose if we should fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice, that I will roar you to any sucking dove. I will roar you to any nightingale. Roar, roar.
No. You must play Pyramus, for Pyramus is a lovely gentleman, a very sweet man, and you must play him and no one else.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
I could discourse your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and green beard, your French crown color beard, your perfect yellow.
Some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you would play it barefaced. But come, you sit down, every mother's son. Here is the scroll. Well, here is the scroll, and I desire you, entreat you, to calm them by tomorrow night and meet me at the palace woods, and to rehearse our parts.
There we will meet, and there we may rehearse more obscenely and courageously. Take pains. Be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold our cut bowstrings.
Over hill, over dale, through brush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall her penstrums be, in their gold coats spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, in their freckles live their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, all be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, but jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the lovely boy, crowns him with flowers, makes him all her joy. So now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlit sheen. But they do swear that all their elves revere, who can take one up and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frights the maidens of the villagery? Skim milk and sometime labor in the quern, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn? And sometime make the drink to bear no barm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speak'st aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I, a fat and bean-fed horse beguile. Nay, in the likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest song, telling the saddest tale, sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bump, and down tumbles she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cock. And the whole company hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear a merrier hour was wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous, Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn as bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton. Am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away to fairyland, and in the shapes of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India, but that forsooth your bouncing Amazon and buckskin mistress, your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Periguna whom he ravished, and make him with fair Agles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since midsummer's spring met we in hill or dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. The wind, therefore, piping to us in vain, hath sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling on the land, hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox, therefore, hath stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the field, the crows are fatted on the moraine flock, and the 9 men's moors is filled with mud, and the quaint mazes in their wanton green for lack of tread are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air, that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter, hoary-headed frosts fall on the fresh lap of crimson rose, and in Oldheim's thin and icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The summer, the spring, the chidling autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase knows not which as which. And from this same progeny of evils comes our debate, our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland bides not the child of me. His mother was a voutress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders in their flood. When we have laughed to see their sails conceive and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind, when she, with pretty and with swimming gait, imitating her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again, as in voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in her rounds and watch her moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for the fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her songs. Certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once, the juice of which on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing that she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can do with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen into this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather do I not, in plainest truth, tell you that I do not, nor cannot love you?
And even for that I do love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love? And yet a high place of respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee, and hide in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Hence, or if thou do follow, do not believe but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and were made not to woo. I'll follow thee, make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme grows, where ox slips and the nodding violet blows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania, some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. With the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love of the disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know him by the Athenian garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some to make war with rear miss, for the leathern wings from my small elves' coats, and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Philomel with melody, sing in our sweet lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby. You weaving spiders, come not here. Hence, you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black, approach not near. Worm nor snail do no offense. Philomel with melody, sing in our sweet lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Lula, lula, lullaby. Never harm nor spell nor charm come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with lullaby. Hence away, now all is well. One aloof stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgotten our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you at a bed. Here upon this bank I will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both, one heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, dear, lie further off. Don't lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bed to me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily, but please pursue my manners and my pride. If Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, dear friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation makes a virtuous bachelor and maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter till thy life's sweet end.
Amen, amen, to that fair prayer, say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed, sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence! Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despiseth the Athenian maid. And here the maiden, sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Or wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, alone I will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears. If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am ugly as a bear. For beasts who meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander, on the ground, dead or asleep. I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire. I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that foul name to perish upon my sword.
Do not say so. Lysander, say not so. But though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I have with her spent. It is not Hermia, but Helena I love, Who would not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now ripe not to reason, and touching to the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can, deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do. In such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you, Lord, of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come lie sending here. For as the surfeit of the sweetest things the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or the heresies that men do leave are hated the most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me. For all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Me. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my breast, and you sat there smiling at its cruel... Lysander? What? Removed? Lysander, Lord! What? Gone? Out of hearing? No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak. Of all loves I swoon almost with fear. Nay, then I will perceive that you are not nigh. Either death, or I'll find you immediately. Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for a rehearsal. This green plot shall be a stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house. We will do it in action as we shall do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our Lakin, a powerless fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device that'll make it all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say we will do no harm with our swords. And, for better assurance, tell them that Pyramus is not indeed, and that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
We shall have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Gentlemen, you ought to consider yourself, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, but we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Oh, nay. He you must name his name, and half his face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he should say, to some extent, ladies or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble, my life from yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were pity on my life, for I am no such thing. I am as man as any men are, and let him name his name and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Very well, but there is two hard things. That is to bring moonlight into the chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, so says the story, meet by moonlight.
A calendar, look for the almanac. Find out moonshine.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Then you must leave the casement of the great chamber window where we play our play open, and the moon may shine in at that casement.
Aye. Or else one must come in with a lantern and a dog and a thorn bush and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. But there is another hard thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber. For Pyramus and Thisbe, so says the story, whisper through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And he should have some plaster or loam or rough cast about him to signify wall. And he should hold his fingers thus, and that shall be the cranny where Pyramus and Thisbe shall whisper.
Very well. Now, come, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you have spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we, swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, you begin. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savor sweet.
Odors.
Savor sweet, hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay but here a little while, and by and by I will to thee appear.
Stranger Pyramus, the man played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, Mary, must you, for you know that he goes but to see a noise that he heard, and is to come again.
Oh. O radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile, and eke most lovely Jew, as truest horse, that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. Why, you must not speak that yet. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. That you answer to Pyramus. Pyramus, enter, your cue is past. It is never tire.
Oh, as truest horse, that yet would never tire.
Oh, fair Thisbe, were I only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We are haunted! Fly masters, help!
Why do they run away? Knavery me to make me afeard?
Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee! Thou art translated!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you around through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire. And neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire at every turn.
Why do they run away? To make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place, do what they can. I shall walk up and down here, and I will sing. sing, so they can hear I am not afraid. The ouzel clunk so black of hill with on shiny bill that thrust with his note so true and red with little quill.
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain song cuckoo grey, whose note many a man doth mark, and dares not answer nay. But who would cry so foolish a bird? Who would give the bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye enthralled of thy shape, and by thy fair virtues force perforce doth move me on thy first view to say, to swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. But yet, in truth, reason and love keep little company nowadays. The more the pity, honest neighbors cannot make them friends. Nay, I can glink upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. If I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I could serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state. I do love thee, therefore go with me. I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so, that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb moth, and mustard seed.
Ready. And I.
And I.
And I.
Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and the night tapers crop their waxen thighs to light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes, nod to him elves and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal, hail,
Hail. Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Your name, sir?
Peace Blossom.
Oh, Peas Blossom, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peas Cod, your father. I shall desire you, too, more acquaintance, good Master Peas Blossom. Your name, honest gentleman?
Mustard seed.
Ah, Monsieur Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef that hath devoured many men of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made mine eye water, and now I shall desire you too of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come now, lead into my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, and bring him silently.
I wonder what it was that next came into Titania's eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals who work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thick skin of their barren sort,
who Pyramus presented in their sport. Forsook a scene and entered in a break, when I did he at this advantage take, an ass's knoll I fixed upon his head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated choughs, many in sort, rising and calling at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight away his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er one falls. He murder cries and help to Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when, in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that, when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now but I should use thee worse, for thou I fear hast given me cause to curse. If thou wast slain, Lysander in sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he be stolen away from sleeping Hermia? Oh, believe it as soon as the whole earth may be bored, and that the moon may so creep and so displease the noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be that thou hast murdered him, should murder look so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear, as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him to me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur, thou hast driven me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth never be numbered among men. Oh, once tell true, even for my sake. Durst thou looked upon him being awake? And hast thou killed him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a worm or adder do so much? And adder did it, for it was doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You do spend your passions on a mispried mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me that he is well.
And what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from my hated presence part I, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, for a while I will remain. For sorrow's heaviness doth heavy grow, and for debt that bankrupt sleep doth sorrow owe, which in some slight measure I will make some pay, if for his tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. Of thy misprison must perforce pursue some true love turned, not a false turn true.
Then fate o'errules, that one man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusions see thou bring her here, I'll charm his eyes again she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink an apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must need be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born, in their nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more, when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray, these vows are Hermia's. Will you give her or weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh? Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, to what my love shall I compare thine eyne? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow. That pure congealed white high Taurus' snow, fanned with the eastern wind, turns to crow. Oh, when thou holdst up thy hand, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you all are bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do? But you must join in souls to mock me too. If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and super-praise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You are both rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena, a trim exploit, a manly enterprise, to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin, and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius, be not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Never do mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but its guest-wise sojourned, and now to Helen is at home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the truth thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou shalt buy it dear. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, from which thine eye its function takes, the ear a more quick apprehension makes. Word that doth impair the seeing sense, the ear pays a double recompense. Thou art not my eye, Lysander, found. My ear, I think it brought me to thy sound. But why didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, that would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery oes and eyes of light? Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they've conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours we have spent when we have tried the hasty-footed time for parting us? Who is all forgot? All school days' friendship, childhood innocence? We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, have with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song, both in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporate. So we grew together, like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. Two lovely berries, molded on one stem, with two seeming bodies but one heart. Two of the first, like coats in heraldry, due but to one and crowned with one crest. And will you rent our ancient love asunder, to join with men in scorning your poor friend? It is not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex, as well as I, may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth affection? But by your setting on, by your consent, what though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise?
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevere, counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But very well, it's partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena, hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where are 2 all this?
Away, you Ethiop!
No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would, yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr, foul thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why have you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love out, Tawny Tartar, outlude medicine, O hated potion hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll not trust your word.
What, should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me no greater harm than hate? Hate me wherefore? Oh, what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I must fare now as I was erewhile. Since the night you loved me, since the night you left me, oh, the night you left me, oh, the gods forbid. In earnest shall I say.
Aye, by my life, and never did I desire to see thee more. Therefore, be certain, nothing truer is no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love! What, have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine in faith, have you no modesty, no maiden shame? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? That way goes the game. I perceive that she had made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, she hath prevailed with him. And have you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak. I am not yet so low that my nails can reach unto thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You may perhaps think that because she's something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again!
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that, in love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you, for love I followed him, but he hath chid me hence and threatened me, to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now you will let me quiet go? To Athens I will bear my folly back, and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am?
Why, get you gone! Who's that hinders you?
The foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
Demetrius!
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
She shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knot-grass maid, you bead, you acorn!
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helen, take not her part. If thou dost never intend so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now follow if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is the most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You, mistress, all this cold hell is long of you! Nay, go not back.
I will not trust you. I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I'm amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I have anointed an Athenian's eyes. And so far I am glad it so did sort, for this there jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. Hie therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray, so one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander sometime frame thy tongue, and then stir up Demetrius to bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from one another look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath the virtuous property to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream, a fruitless vision. Then back to Athens shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whilst I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then will I her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose sight ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards. Damned spirits all that in crossways and floods have their burial, now to their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon. They willfully themselves exile from light, and for I consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay, we may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou, child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me, and still dares me on. I come where he calls, and then he's gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly. That fallen am I, in dark, uneven way, and here will rest me. Come thou, gentle day. But if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius, and revenge this spite.
Ho, ho, ho! Coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me still, for well I wot thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face.
Come hither, I am here.
Nay, then thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear, if ever I thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me to measure out my length upon this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visited.
O weary night, O long and tedious night, bate thy hours, shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest, and sleep that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3? Come one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedazzled with the dew and torn with the briars, I can no further crawl, can no further go. Here I will rest, till the break of day. Heaven's shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. Then the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in their waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all will be well.
upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where is Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Monsieur, good Monsieur, get you your weapons in hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on top of a thistle. And, good Monsieur, bring me the honey bag. And, Senor, do not fret yourself so much in the action. I would hate to have you overflown with a honey bag, Senor. Where is mustard seed?
Ready.
Give me your leaf, good Monsieur, and pray you leave your courtesy behind.
What is your will?
Nothing, except to help Cavalieri Peas Blossom to scratch. I must to the barber's, for I'm marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass that if my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I do have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch on your good, dry oats. Methinks I have great desire for a bottle of hay, good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
I would rather have a handful or two of dried peas, but pray you, let your people not disturb me. I had exposition, a sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine and sweet honeysuckle gently entwist the female ivy so, and wrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee!
Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for, meeting her of late behind the wood, squeaking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her, for she his hairy temples then had rounded, with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and that same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floret's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask for her changeling child, which straight she gave to me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, waking when the other do, may all to Athens back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
My Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how mine eyes doth loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music, oh music, such as charmeth sleep.
Now when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Come, my queen, take hand with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity. and will tomorrow, midnight, solemnly, dance in Duke Theseus' house triumphantly, and bless it all to fair prosperity. So shall the pairs of faithful lovers be wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy King, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad, trip we after nightshade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed, and since we have the wayward of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, my love, up to the mountain's top, and mark in musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in a wood of Crete they bade the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred of the Spartan kind, so flued, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew. Crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollow to, nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, or in Thessaly. Judge when you hear. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My noble lord, this is my daughter here asleep, and this Demetrius is. This is Lysander, and this is Helena, old Neater's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and, hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is this not the day that your Hermia is to give the answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine is past. Begin these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all, stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world? That hate is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear, I cannot truly say how I came here. Yet, as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might, without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough. My lord, you have enough. They would have stolen away Demetrius. They would have, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. My consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth into the woods, and I in fury thither following them, Helen in fancy following me. And I wot not by what power, for by some power it was. My love to Hermia melted, as the snow seems to me now, like the remembrance of an idle goud, which in my childhood I did dote upon. But now the object, virtue, and pleasure of my heart is only Helen. To her was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like in sickness did I loathe this food. But now, in health, come to my natural taste, I do wish for it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple, by and by, with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And since the morning is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity.
These things seem small and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with a parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks, and I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems that yet we sleep, we dream. Was not the Duke here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Why, then we are awake. Let us follow, and by the way, let us recount our dreams.
I'll answer. My next is most bad Pyramus. Hey ho. Peter Quince, Flute the bellows mender, Snout the tinker, Starveling? God's my life! Stolen hence and left me here asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of any man to say what dream it was. Methought I was man is but an ass to say what. Methought I had. But man is but a patched fool to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not seen, the ear of man hath not heard. His hand is not able to taste, nor his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will have Peter Quince write a ballad on this dream, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it the latter end of the play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Has anyone sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he is transported.
If he come not, the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
Nay, not a man in all Athens is able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he is simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in all of Athens.
The best man, too. He is very paramour for his sweet voice.
Paragon. You must say paragon. For a paramour, God bless us, is a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and with him 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Oh, bully Bottom! He hath escaped 6 pence a day, he might not have lost it. And the Duke would have paid him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus, or nothing.
Lads, where are these hearts?
Bottom! Almost courageous day! Almost happy hour!
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what, for if I tell you, I am not true Athenian. But I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Pray tell us, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All I can tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Every man look o'er his parts, and meet presently at the palace. For the short and the long is our play preferred. And let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not the man who plays the lion pare his nails, but let them hang out as the lion's claws. And most dear actors, each no onions or garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I do not doubt we will hear them say that it is a sweet comedy. Now, no more words. Away. Go away.
Thysius, what these lovers speak of?
More strange than true, I may never believe. These antique fables and fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, that apprehend more cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in the brow of Egypt. The poet doth glance from heaven to earth, and earth to heaven, and imagination bodies forth. The poet's pen doth take shapes, and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks have strong imagination that, if it were to apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or else in the night, imagining some fear, how easily a bush opposed a bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Oh, here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to us, waitin', your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Say, what mass shall we have, to wear away this long age of 3 hours between after supper and bedtime? Where's the usual manager of mirth? What mask, what music? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for us this evening? What mask, what music? Is there no play? How else are we to beguile this lazy time, if not for some delight?
Here is a brief how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle of the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp? Well, none of that. That I have told my love in the glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and was played when I from Thebes came last to conquer her. The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the death of learning, late deceased as beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not fit for a nuptial ceremony. The tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief, that is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How might we find this concord of the discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in Athens here, which have never labored in with their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find some sport in their intent, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty do tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness o'ercharged, and duty in his service perishing.
My love, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport is to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in, mine not merit. Where I have come from, great clerks have performed in front of me, but they have looked pale and still, make periods in the midst of sentences, and take breaths at the very wrong of times. Love, therefore, in all simplicity, speak least in most to my capacity.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill to show a simple skill. That is the true beginning of our end. We do not come that we should content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We do not come that you should repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all that you would like to know.
This fellow does not stand upon points.
Indeed, he hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on this prologue like a child on a recorder, a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, all impaired and none disordered. No, who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is so tame. This man with lime and rough cast off present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink they are content, poor souls, to whisper, at which let no man wonder. This man with lantern, dog, and bush of thorn presenteth moonshine. For if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn, to meet at Ninus' tomb, and there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe, coming first at night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which vile lion with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Then with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe tearing in the mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord, one lion may when many asses do.
In this interlude it doth befall that I, one Snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I should have you think, that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, and this stone doth show that I am the same wall, the truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire a lime and a hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked night. Oh, night with hue so black. Oh, night whichever art when day is not. Oh, night, alack, alack. I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, so lovely wall that standeth between her father's ground and mine, and thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, show me thine cheek so I may blink through with mine eye and hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe! Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
Oh, no, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's hue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. Yonder, here she comes.
Oh, for parting my fair Pyramus and I. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones, with lime and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now to the chink I will spy, so I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
My love, thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and I, like Lamander, am trusty still.
And I, like Helen, to the fates may kill.
Oh, not Cephalus to Procus was so true.
As Cephalus to Proclus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss not your lips, but the wall.
Wilt thou, at Ninny's tomb, lead me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I go straight away.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done, thus wall away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when a wall is so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I saw.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse, if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination, then, and not theirs.
If we think of them better than they do of themselves, they might prove excellent men. But here come two noble beasts, a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do feel the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here, when lion, rough in wildest rage, doth roar. Then know that I, as Snug the joiner, am a lion fell, or else no lion's tam. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
This is a gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that e'er I saw.
This lion is a very fox for his valor.
And a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
But his discretion cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
Why, he should have worn the horns on his head.
It appears that he is a crescent moon, for his horns are invisible within his circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. I, the man in the moon, do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest, for the man should be put in the lantern. How else is he the man in the moon?
He dares not go in there, for the candle, as you see, is already in snuff.
I am weary of this moon. Would he would change?
It appears by some small light of his discretion that he is in the wane. But in all courtesy and reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All that I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon. I, the man in the moon, do seem to be this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all of them are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb. Where art, my love?
Oh. Roar!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, sweet moon, for now shining so brightly, for thy gracious, golden, glittering gleams that take me to my truest Thisbe sight. But stay, oh spite, but mark, poor night, what dreadful doll is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle cut, what's stained with blood? Approaching furies fell. Oh, fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, quail, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would do well to make a man look sad.
Beshrew my heart, but I pity the man.
Wherefore, nature, did thou lions vile? The vile lion here hath deflowered my dear, who is, no, was the fairest dame. Oh, tears confound, out sword, out wound. I, the pap, Pyramus, I that left pap, with heart doth hop, thus die I, thus. Now I am dead. Now I am fled, my soul in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now die, die, die.
No die, but an ace for him, for he is gone.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He's nothing.
But with the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight, and her passion ends the play.
Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A mote would turn the balance, which is the better. For a man, God warrant us. For a woman, God bless us.
She hath spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means, we're delicate.
Asleep, my love? What, dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise. Speak, speak. Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? A tomb to cover thy sweet eyes, thy cherry lips, thy cherry nose, and cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. All lovers make moan, for his eyes were as green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me, with hands as pale as milk, since you have shore, and laid them in gore, with shears cut his thread of silk. Come, trusty sword, come, my breast imbrue. Farewell, friends, thus Thisbe ends. Adieu, adieu.
And Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall, too.
Oh, no. In truth, sir, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Would it please you to hear the epilogue, or to hear the burgomaster dance between two of our company?
No, pray you, for this play needs no excuse. Never excuse, for when the players are all dead, there needs none to be blamed, but Mary. If he that had writ the play had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have proved a fine tragedy, and so it is, very notably discharged. But come, your burgomask, and let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Sweet friends, to bed, 'tis almost fairy time. I fear we may outsleep the coming morn. As much as we this night have overwatched, this palpable gross play hath well beguiled the gate of night. Lovers, to bed. Fortnight hold we in this solemnity of nightly revels and new jollity.
The hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy plowman snores, all with weary tasks fordone. And the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching aloud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is that time of night, when the graves, all gaping wide, everyone lets forth their sprite in the churchway paths to glide. And we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from the presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream, now our frolic. Not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent, with broom before, to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give glimmering light, by the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, sing and dance it trippingly.
First rehearse each song by rote, to each word a warbling note. Hand in hand with fairy grace, we will sing and bless this place.
Now until the break of day, through this house each fairy stray. To the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be. And the issue there create ever shall be fortunate. So shall all the couples three ever true in loving be. And the blots of nature's hand shall not in their issue stand. Never mole, harelip, nor scar, nor mark prodigious, such as are despised in nativity, shall upon their children be. With this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, and each several chamber bless through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no stay, meet me all by break of day.
If we, shadows, have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, whilst these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. and as I am, an honest puck. If we have unearned luck, else to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
Well, thank you all for spending your afternoon with us. The course of true love never did run smooth. We talk about being love-struck, love-sick. We might have a crush. We might be smitten. I don't know about you, but the only people that I would want to smite would be my enemies, but there we are. Lord, what fools these mortals be. We see in Oberon and Titania a glimpse of Zeus and Hera. We see capricious, selfish love. So why Shakespeare at a Christian school? Tertullian asked that. What has Jerusalem to do with Athens? Shakespeare writes about Greece while Paul talks to Greece. And he says glorious things about husbands and wives. A love that is not fickle, errant, or selfish, but a deeper love, a love modeled after Christ and his church. Shakespeare's brilliant depiction stands in contrast to Paul's words and the glory there. But those things are too mysterious for me. We do have some people to thank before you head out. If we could get a little bit of lights here. I want to first thank Liberty Baptist Church for allowing us to use their building, and Pastor Rory is here with us this afternoon, so thank you, Liberty Baptist. We could have not done this play without the enormous efforts of the Robillards. So, Mrs. Robillard, come on out here. And Mr. Robillard in the back, overseeing the student tech team. Our incomparable director, Miss Rochelle Lundy. And once again, let's hear it for the Agape Christi Upper School players. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.